Hi, welcome to this video, and today I'm going to be talking about how if you do anything long enough you can become totally absorbed by it, and everything within it you'll be hanging on every word of what they're saying. And it's the same, it doesn't matter what kind of, it's a cult kind of thing, whereby have if you're briefed on some kind of new paradigm, and you're given the guidance of how to close yourself in and continue with the transformational process of coming to believe with the indoctrines that are out there, and you have the discipline, and you're taken out of a place of not being disciplined, i.e. targeting people who are young and they have energy and that kind of anger and confusion. It's also about leadership as well, so people are looking for leaders, they're looking for mentors when they go to these places. They want to know who are the best people to look at for a future, a good life, to receive promises. So that's the hook, that's the carrot, that's given to people. And anyone can do it. It doesn't matter what it is. If you, even like a self-help book or something, if you read it and there's kind of a ritual there, there's the candles, there's the drawing circles, there's the mind preparationary framing from literature, whereby you must be protected, you must not have this. You start channeling into some kind of emotional feeling of hatred is a big one, and love and hatred, and the emotional changes that are happening, taking advantage of the environment as it changes. And this is something that people are overlooking. They're not really realizing that the environment is changing. Like humans, we're changing. As we get through certain stages, we're lucky that we've got through certain stages without being funneled into these kind of places where people are trying to shape people in a very extreme way. So the problem seems to be that people who would not normally do things are able to do amazing things, or they're able to do things that, their family and all their peers and supposed real role models, original role models, will be very disappointed with what they're doing. So the thing seems to be that if you are going to do something and you're going to get involved in it and you're going to put your heart into it, you want to be doing it in a very safe environment. You want to be doing it on your own. So the thing is a lot of what's being said is genuine concern for community as a whole. So when people are doing things differently that don't fit in with that particular community, there's always going to be that isolation and pushing people towards these groups and fractions that are looking for these kind of people. They're looking for certain signs when people come in. Radicalization is done in the group mind, whereas what I'm talking about with the personal development thing, if you commit yourself enough and you do it, even if you just do it half-heartedly for long enough, with a period of days and time and little symbolic things to do, like rituals, collection of different things you might be accumulating, rubbish, or and then the ritual is just to dispose of it and to let go of it. All these things really draw you in, and the final ritual, the phoenix, the embracing of the leaping into that, like the previous video that I spoke about before with fear. I recommend that you watch that one so you understand what I'm trying to say here. So it's that leap. It's them 3 levels that we have. There's actually 5. I'm not sure the other 2. When you go beyond superconscious, and the Kundalini experience that we spoke about, is think about it on a radicalization point of view. So people come in, then they go through grueling rituals, and they have to do it at unusual times. They're given places to stay and practice these places. They look around and they see other people are doing it. There's translators there, so you can talk to all kinds of people coming to the country. Everyone are getting the same message. And then eventually there's people looking out for certain things. And I think, maybe what they want us to believe is it's the young people who are susceptible to this, and it's the young people who are experiencing the changes in the climate. But really, it's everybody. There's no limits on this. Anybody can self-administer it, and anybody can also get roped into it. There's always a carrot at the end of it. So the carrot might be, to improve your business, or the carrot might be to have a good family life and have children and grow, or the carrot could be just to strengthen your solidarity within a group. And there's always reasons for stuff to do. There's always reasons not to do stuff. But with the hatred, they're always going to reinforce both of them. The reasons what have happened, which are bad, and then the things that to reinforce them to make them feel better are the ones that gives them a sense of pride. So it's cherry picking. You'd be cherry picking from any type of ritual. You could go through and have a look at all these 16th century people who've been doing stuff. All the Galileo stuff, and Aristotle, and who's the other guy? Is it Galileo? Did I say him? Oh, Newton, Isaac Newton. And all these things, when you look at it on a scale of information and how people get this, there's always people who are small potatoes. They're not Charlie Big Potatoes. They haven't got the reach. So it's like, think of CNN as Isaac Newton or something. They haven't got the reach, but they're a funnel whereby everybody who come into their funnel, they get to use that information. So they get to make the telescope from somebody else's idea. It's like the Dragon's Den. People come into the Dragon's Den thinking, that they've got, most of them are alright, they've got it all covered. There's certain things that you need to do to protect yourself. These are the kind of things that people say, but it's all just building up on the intrigue, because it's the intrigue that keeps people interested, keeps going with it, stops from this ADHD of go from one thing to another. And the problem is the transformation, depending on the weighed up with the dedication of what it is, can really determine how the person completely changes, and the whole worldview is changed. Doors open up to them. Doors are closed on other things. It's that Waco, the Waco thing, the family rejection, turning away, and turning to these role models, and they start dressing like them, looking like them, even eating the same food, perhaps, going through degradation and homelessness, or living on sofas. And then the other thing is degradation is, not just living in caves, but it's not just living off the land. It's depriving yourself of simple things like water. If you take water from somebody, there's a few films on YouTube at the moment you can watch where the people are starved, and they're put in cages and starved enough, and then other people come in and they're fighting for a plate of burger and chips. You see stuff like that, and you can see what people are capable of. And it's not a thing that's isolated to gender either. As you can see, when someone's starving, all stops are off. Everything they've ever seen instantly comes back into fruition. So it's interesting. It becomes fight night. And we can have a look at this recent thing that's happened in London. And you look at these three guys who caused trouble. Very young, very weak people. And it's not even you say like, oh, their whole life has been shaped to be this way, because they're too young. They're too young to have done that. All you can say is they've done something. They've been allowed to do something for long enough, to the point where the role models have changed. The family guidance is either gone, or dare I say, is reinforced by the thing. I don't really want to say that, because but the problem is as well, if you look on documentaries, you can also see that there's some very impressive, expensive buildings that are teaching indoctrinations about things that are beyond the pale, basically. Of what broad society is based on. I guess I'm just waffling now a bit, but the key points that I want you to take away from this is like, dedication is possible. Radicalization is radical change. Radical change of thinking is possible, but it takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of following 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 the blueprint, and also imagination and focusing in on it. So whatever it is, whatever your fears are, whatever your emotional changes with this new environment from the sun, which is sending different rays out there, it's making people hypersensitive. And the only way that people are kind of getting away from it is zooming into the chip landscape. They're moving into the digital world. They're going into libraries and but the anger's still welling up. The anger's still building up, and the part-time, perhaps, dedication of faith or into some kind of spiritual work, either healing or anything that's not healing, if it's about money or if it's about gain or it's about I want I, you're stepping away from the real power, and you're moving into a cause and effect. I don't really want to put any labels on it, so then you can pigeonhole what I'm saying. I'll leave it there. Okay. Say bye to Motley. Bye.